onto a wood fire. Do you understand? So what do we need to stop doing? We need to stop doing what we don't have the right to do. We need to stop doing wrong, which means we need to know what wrong is. So we go out onto the street, we perform an active social experiment where we ask people questions. And we do this in the city, not the country, because there's no one in the country. Would be good if there was, because then we could make farms and have food. And we could deal with immigration at a much higher rate. So we just have to stop doing wrong. So we need to know what right is. So we go into the social arena and we ask people questions. What is a right? And how little did you know, guess what they say? Blah, blah, blah. Guess what they know? Not of what a right is. People don't know what a right is. There are a lot of human rights, to be fair on them, you know? I've got the right to walk down the pavement. I've got the right to have a mimosa on a beach. It's a lot easier to just say what you don't have the right to do. You don't have the right for no reason to begin aggressing upon another human being and to touch them or cause violence against them or harm onto them and their flesh. That's what you don't have a right to do. Now that's pretty simple for most people, isn't it? Like, well, yes and no. You go home, I didn't punch anybody today. I didn't be violent to anybody today. I'm just a peaceful person. I don't want those things. And then you eat a steak. How did that steak get on your plate? There was a cow and a butcher, not even a butcher, an abattoir employee or farmer sold the cow to the abattoir employee. The abattoir employee didn't ask the cow if he can have the cow's body. The cow has never articulated that you can have its body. You are literally, as a non-religious person, I'm guessing, someone who might be a little bit Christian, but not really, a little bit spiritual. This is heavy righteousness, and I apologize, but I'm just trying to speak clearly. I'm just trying to do my podcast early in the morning, Truth Vortex Media, riding around with them pesos off that Cali. Somebody's gone home. They claim to be a non-violent being. They're now eating a steak. The farmer has sold the cow to the abattoir owner. The abattoir owner has not asked the cow for permission to take the flesh violently from the cow through death. Abattoir owner has now taken the flesh violently through death. That is theft. Anytime a being has had something taken from the being that the other being had no right to take is a wrong action. And now he's sold it to the butcher. He's made money off it, even though he hasn't consumed it. And the butcher has sold it to the man or woman who is now sitting at their dinner table about to eat this steak. When they put the steak in their mouth, when they purchased it, they contracted some of the karma of the death of that animal, and a level of reduction in freedom will be employed into their reality, their life, and their conscious experience over the coming weeks, months, and years. That's natural law in operation. That's an example of somebody who thinks they're a good person and they're actually not a good person. Now, what I was saying is they might be a religious person, or they might not be a religious person, or they might be semi-religious. Either way, the part where the abattoir employee did not ask the cow verbally or mentally, can I take your flesh? There was no meeting of minds. So where did this meeting of minds occur? This is where the Bible and the Quran and the Torah have really done a disservice to humanity, because they have said that that cow has spoken through God. That cow has spoken and given its sacrifice willingly as man who is bigger than the cow on the food chain, which is not true, has allegedly got dominion over the cow and has a right through God to be fed by the cow because we evolved hunting them and we need their meat and it's what we need to survive, despite the fact that it's a violent action. It's a violent action for food. It's warranted by God. Another God that you haven't spoken to. You don't know if it's true that the Bible is interpretation of God. It's hearsay. You're basing a violent act on a whim. You're going home to eat steak tonight, chicken tonight. I eat chicken. Because I willingly break natural law and I accept the consequences when I'm down on myself and I'm hungry and I go and take the life of a chicken. And that's white meat. That chicken leaves our reality a lot easier than red meat. Red meat is like more sentient. It's more violent to harm them. There's more consequences involved. I didn't know I was going to be getting into meat eating today. So, if we don't eat meat, we're going to fade away. We're going to get skinny. We're not going to have the nutrients we need, the substance we need for our brains. The human being can adapt to living on plant nutrition. Plants can provide all the nutrition your brain needs, all the protein you need. Now, do not transition fast. If you are a full meat eater and you want to become a full vegan, take 2 years, 3 years to do it. Because your body is addicted to the meat and it will shut down and there will be negative health consequences if you don't eat that meat. So that's why we have to slowly transition out of this form of violence. Yes, we are eating meat as a human race right now. And yes, it's feeding us. We are thankful to the animals that are sacrificing it. Animal sacrifice is one thing, hunting is one thing, but mass factory farming and animal sacrifice, that's an altar. That's an altar of your earth to provide negative energy for the etherical realms that are filled with lower vibrational chaos entities. That's what this is really about. Meat eating. This is the meat eating segment. Let's talk about it. It's a service, isn't it? If you don't like pain, if you don't like pain, let's talk about it. It's a service to not put other beings into that pain. Pain is unbearable. Have you ever had a headache? Have you ever had a migraine? Have you ever had a sore stomach? Have you ever felt like you're about to throw up? What if that never went away? We are blessed with a stream of well-being that comes to us as conscious creators. We are not subjects of our reality. Our reality is forming around us in a dreamlike nature. Everywhere you see a pair of eyes, a nose, and a mouth, you see a being of source, extension. The face. These are the faces. Without faces, we'd be formless. Maybe some of the faces are NPCs. Maybe they're clones. Maybe they're created. But animals are not. Through empathic consciousness, I can know that an animal is sentient in the same way that I am sentient, that we are both perceivers of reality and we have feelings. We feel ourself at the center. We feel the one I am, which is one mind. Thus, why would I want to hurt this animal? Because I get hungry. So if we are one mind, if I am one with this animal on a higher spiritual dimension level, and we are in lower dimensions where we think we see separation, it's an illusion. If I harm that creature, I am harming myself. Getting zapped to death. Something experienced that, and that's why I must protect it. I must see the oneness from my separation. Because who is going to incarnate into that cow to get slaughtered to feed 50 human beings? a willing soul. That's us. We are the cows. There's going to be justice. It's all going to even out. So I'll leave it here because this got heavy. That's 20 minutes, meat eating, vegetarianism. If people want to go and eat meat, it's consciousness that's getting slaughtered that they are then consuming, and their future will have reduced freedoms. That's facts under natural law. I know you don't want to hear it. I love eating meat as well, but I eat as little as possible because it's wrong. TVM represent audio podcast number 4, signing out. Sayonara, peace, love, unity.